Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's October 18th, 2024, and after almost 5 years, 4 years, 11 months, and a week or so, we finally got the Cybertruck delivery. And this is a Tesla electric vehicle truck, and we're super excited and very pleased to have this as a member of the family. This particular Cybertruck's name is Thor. Had to give it some sort of a macho name, and for those of you that aren't familiar with them, now we've had Sophia's Tesla Model Y is in the garage right now, which is literally the very best car that we've ever owned. It's so energy efficient. It's so comfortable. It's the most minimalistic, easiest vehicle we've ever had, and the least expensive vehicle to own and operate, because that too is another electric vehicle, and it hauls so much material and all in that. So that Model Y has been absolutely fantastic. But almost 5 years ago, I put down a reservation for this Cybertruck, and I thought I'd give you a little bit of a walk around the outside of it to let you get to know it. So this is an all-wheel drive, dual motor, Foundation Series Cybertruck. And so the reason that it looks like stainless steel, some people say it looks like a refrigerator. We absolutely love the way that it looks. It's 30x cold-rolled stainless steel, almost impenetrable. And I really wanted something that would last me for a long time. And the rest of the underbody components, the castings, the actual frame of it, other than this exoskeleton that it has aluminum. So we live here in the Northeast, where there's salt being used on the roads all the time. And I like holding on to vehicles for many years. Our Avalanche, our 2003 Avalanche, I'm going to be selling that now. I've had that for 21 years. And my 79 Firebird I've had since 1979. I bought that new. So I tend to use vehicles for long periods of time. If you've been a member of the channel for a while, you know Optimus Prime, my tractor. I just don't get rid of equipment. I wanted to get as much out of it as possible, and I really wanted to replace my Avalanche, which was a nice truck that we used on the farm, but this is more of a farm vehicle in a sense. Most people who buy these really won't be towing with them, but this can tow 10,000 pounds. It's 14,000 plus gross vehicle weight can handle that much, and the unit has plenty of storage and lots of space, and it's minimalistic as well. The suspension on the system is an air suspension, so I have it at entry level now, so it's at its lowest point, so it's easy to get in and out of. But it has an air suspension that can go up, and this goes off-road. So it can go over logs and boulders and climb mountains, all of that sort of thing. The 30x cold-rolled stainless steel, as I mentioned, is almost impenetrable. And, you know, there's lots of videos of people shooting guns, 45s, 9mm, shotguns, and a Tommy gun shooting. Now, will it dent the hell out of it? Yes, it sure will. Will it go through the vehicle? Those particular firearms don't actually go all the way through the vehicle. But there's guys who have used more powerful rifles that have gone through it. It's an armored glass as well, and it's a double layered glass, so it's much more silent than most vehicles. It's a very quiet vehicle to operate. As I mentioned, it's a Foundation Series. Hopefully you can see that on it. What else do I want to say about it on the outside? It has the largest windshield wiper, a single windshield wiper. Look at that daddy. And to go along with it, a very large windshield as well. Let me see if it's going to open with it. So this is the frunk, just like the Model Y has a front trunk. So some people can sit in this. You could sit comfortably on this. The only maintenance required is filling up the washer fluid and all. So it's not a large space here in the front because the interior cabin, but there's no motor to get smashed, or transmission or drivetrain to get smashed into the operator and passenger compartments. So that's really nice. So this is relatively small compared to most electric vehicles now as far as the front trunk, but it's enough for groceries or carry-on bags, that sort of thing. And let me just close that. And of course you can open it from your application, your app as well. So this is your running light going across the front here. The headlights are down here, and the turn signals are down in those locations. I know the appearance of the vehicle is rather polarizing for people. We'll go around to the back of it now. The seating is very comfortable in here as well. Tesla's just makes their own seats as they make so many of their parts. So the tailgate. There's lights inside of the cargo bay. So this is a 6.5 foot long cargo bay with a retractable tonneau cover. It can hold up to 300 pounds of people standing on top of it. It has multiple tie downs around the perimeters and along the base as well. It has a sub trunk. This is where you could store more materials in here as well. It doesn't come with a spare wheel or tire, and it does have the possibility of putting an added battery in here as well. Now, one of the things I really like about this, so on the sides here we've got 110 volt or 120 volt outlets and a 240 volt, so I can do my welding with this, so I don't have to pull equipment or broken things up to the workshop to do welding. I can just drive the truck out to whatever location, and with this off-road capabilities, those roads that I put in, I built them with the intention of using this truck down there. And with it being the cold rolled 30X stainless steel, that's really wonderful, because when those branches slam up against it, I could buff out little scratches that it will get. It has places for the cargo racks as well, and there's outlets inside of the cab. Both front seat and rear seat have 110, so if you or your kids want to use outlets there, that's really nice. It's got a light. I guess there's torsion springs to help close the trunk. You can basically bring it up, get it right next to it, and then it has a soft close technology, just like your kitchen cabinets. Close over the tonneau cover now. And of course you could stop it wherever you want to. So if you were carrying things that had to stick out the back here, it'd be easy to do. Really nice. So one of the things, so many pickup trucks, and one of the reasons that I got the Avalanche when I got it back in 2003 is because I carry tools and equipment and supplies in the back of the vehicles that I've owned. And with the Avalanche, it has 3 different sections to a hard tonneau cover. Now, it couldn't handle 300 pounds on top of it, but probably close to it. And that was real nice. But with the retractable tonneau cover here, this creates an absolute vault, because it's not easy to steal from somebody who owns a Tesla. They're pretty tough vehicle. And we'll take a look at the back seat now. So this is the button to open the door, and it'll present for you. And I have it on easy. One other thing that's really neat is the rear doors open to 90 degrees. So if you want to put cargo or materials inside of here, that's really nice. I'm gonna actually switch to a different camera, so I think it might be easier for me to show things. Okay, so I just opened up the front door as well and pulled the front seat forward so it's easier to see back here in the back seat. And so there's lots of leg room for the people who are in the back seat. There is a dash for people to be able to control the temperature and environment in here. The back seats are also heated. It's got room for 3 people. This comes down as well. I don't remember how the heck it does go down, but the center, we just picked it up yesterday, so somehow the center section does come down. It has cup holders and a place to eat. But you can watch YouTube videos or whatever, Netflix videos back here. So when you're on trips, or you can listen to music or videos or whatever the heck you want to do. And I really haven't had a I'm not someone who's going to be in the back seat, and we don't have small kids anymore. But that's a nice feature for many people. This is a license plate cover. We have really nice heavy-duty, what do we call these, floor mats for in the vehicle. This is part of the Foundation series. There's a sunscreen for people. The glass roof here, which is also armored glass. So there's a sunscreen for people who live in very hot environments. Another set of carpet here as well. And these seats, let me see, down here is a little pull. And then the seats go up, both sides do, and you can put big bins in here. And I've got a toolbox that I ordered for going up underneath the seats as well. So that'll be very cool. And go ahead and pull that again, release it. So really nice. There isn't an open division between the second seat and the tonneau cover or the back rear compartment. The Avalanche had that, and that was real nice. Lots of room to store your supplies and materials here in the back here. I just love all the space of this. And the front seat here, let me just move this back again for easy entry. So if I'm planning on going someplace, so we haven't got the screen protector on it, so it's not sure how well, but you can see the depth of how far this is. So we had to get a special item to try and clean the windshield in this unit. What do I want to say? It's very minimalistic. There's no stalks. There's no key. There's just the dash here and these couple of knobs on the steering wheel. Whatever I want to do, I can just talk to Thor and it'll do it. If I say open glove box. So real nice and handy. And of course it's got full self-driving, supervised full self-driving. It has a small camera up here to make sure you're paying attention. And I'll probably make a couple of videos of going for rides with it. It's pretty amazing. Now I'm going to go up and say it's me and not Thea. And the steering wheel and all will all come up to the place. My seat goes into the position for me driving comfortably. So this doesn't have a hard connection between the steering wheel and the wheels. So that's a pretty interesting. It's steer by wire, just like aircraft are done. So there's no shaft going down to the gearbox that operates the front wheels. Actually, all 4 wheels steer on this vehicle, so it has a very tight turning radius as a result of it. There's lots of controls with this. You know, you can see it's got 3D animation. When you're driving, you can see the vehicles coming, pedestrians, all sorts of things. Let me see, is there anything else? So one other thing is this is a 48 volt system as opposed to a 12 volt, which is a standard in most vehicles that people have used. With the advantage of having it 48 volt, it would be that you can use much smaller caliper wires, copper wires, and wire weighs more, and and it takes up a lot of space, and they use like network cable for this. So stuff that would use for going to your computer, it's similar to that as far as the size of it. And it does a continuous loop around. So all of the things in modern vehicles, there's multiple computers and control modules to operate the windows, the doors, the heating, everything you can think of, the seats and all. All of those things are run, and they can't do as many things, like having a 12 volt would never operate this huge windshield wiper, this single windshield wiper here. So going to a 48 volt architecture allowed Tesla to accomplish things and reduce weight and reduce costs and reduce materials as well. So that's one big advantage of what Tesla's done. It also has an 800 volt architecture for the battery and battery management system. And that has advantages as well. The steer by wire with this, you don't even need to have the steering wheel here. Now, right now, while it's full self-driving, it has to be supervised. So you need to be able to take over in the event that the truck doesn't do what it should do in a particular situation. We used the full self-driving yesterday. After we got it, we got home, we updated the software on it, and took a short trip, and it was fantastic, very comfortable. It takes a little while getting used to full self-driving, because you're wondering, is it going to stop in time? Does it see that person? Look at this person. I don't know if this person's going to pull out or not. And it really does a fantastic job. That's all part of artificial intelligence and lots of data gathering that Tesla has been doing for years with all their vehicles, which is fantastic. This doesn't use any special radar, sonar, LiDAR, any of those technologies that other companies like Cruise and Waymo are using. This just uses cameras, just like people use their eyes. So that's one of the ways of reducing costs and making these vehicles more affordable. Now, this is not an inexpensive vehicle. This is an outrageously expensive vehicle. But I look at it as an investment that'll last me many years. I got 20 years out of the Avalanche. I'm hoping to get 40 years out of this Cybertruck. So the stereo system is unbelievable. It's just amazing. The ride, the comfort, the seats, very, very comfortable. It has lots of storage space, as I showed, has the towing ability, has the durability, has the short turning radius. And with the full self-driving, it really makes everything so you just, when you're pulling up, let's say you're going to Costco and you're driving through the parking lot and the truck is looking for a spot, it'll show you some spots. You just hit the parking spot that you highlight it and say okay, and it parks automatically for you. Pretty soon, well, I say pretty soon, I don't know when it will actually happen, but eventually it'll drop you off in front of your house, open your garage door, park it in the garage door, close the garage door, and start charging itself. Now, right now we're still using a cord to plug it into the truck, but with the Cybercab or Robotaxi, that's and with well, I don't know if Optimus, the robot, does it yet, but wireless charging as well. So these are all things that are happening really rapidly. Tesla's really leading the United States and most European countries as well. China is also doing extremely well with their electric vehicles. They're not, there's no holes barred like there are many with the classic manufacturers like Ford, Stellantis, GM, and so on. So I just thought I'd do a quick video to introduce you to Thor. I will do a couple of videos. If you have questions or comments, please leave them below. If you are in the market for a Tesla, a Model 3, a Model Y, an S, or an X, they aren't giving this discount on the Cybertrucks right now, but I'll have a referral code down below, and use that referral code to get $1,000 off of your Model 3, Y, S, or X, excuse me. So that's awesome. Getting $1,000 off is amazing. Now, I should mention this too. These are much less expensive to own and operate. The electric vehicles are more expensive than traditional internal combustion engine vehicles. But the cost of electricity is so much less that it saves money, and your app will show it. It'll show it in your on your screen in your vehicle as well. Now we've only owned it 24 hours, so no sense in showing you its efficiency yet. But if you happen to have like solar panels like we have, it costs us literally nothing to operate this vehicle. We've had Thea's Model Y now for 4 years, just over 4 years, and we've had to put windshield washer fluid in it multiple times. We did have to take it in for service when one of the passenger rear view window would oscillate some, and it just needed to be reprogrammed to get that set. And then Thea did have a couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago now, one of her co-workers where she worked backed into her car, and so we had to have that repaired. But there's no oil changes, there's no lubing, greasing it. There's no filters. Now there is a cabin filter. These have very excellent biodefense filters. They're HEPA filters that are the top rated filters that go inside of these. So if you're to live in an area where there's a chance of forest fires and the smoke and all that, having these biodefense filters in your vehicle, whether it's a 3, Y, S, X, or Cybertruck, is very, very important. And sometimes if you've got children with respiratory issues, asthma, those sorts of things, it's really good to have a good HEPA filter for cleaning the air that's coming into your vehicle. So I think that's about it. Sorry, I'm babbling on. So if you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'm going to try and get back to comments and questions soon. My back is doing much better. Right now I'm doing a lot of trying to catch up here, getting ready for winter on the farm. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe and take care. Remember the referral code. Bye-bye now.